Good evening, everybody. I hope everybody's well. We're back on the GTO tonight. The weather's finally cooled down. It's actually kind of cool. My wife's like, "Do you want to bring a long sleeve shirt over?" It's like, "No, I'll be fine." And I'm in the garage and it's a little chilly. So tonight we are going to get the interior in. Going to get the insulation and the carpet in. I may go ahead and put the back seats in, but I won't finish them because I still got to put the side panels in for the back after we get the window mechanisms all done. So there's the trunk. It's all ready. The wiring's all ready. It's all cleaned up back there. It's been closed all this time, so I've had a cover on the car, but that's all done. Interior's ready for the carpet. Headliner's up. Sail panels are in and clipped. I'm going to leave them clipped until we get the... Over in here, there's a piece of trim that goes around that, and I'm going to leave those just clipped like that until ready to put that in, which should be coming from Ames sometime this week, which will also be all the trim that goes across the top of that as well, up along here. So a lot getting done. And there's my occasional show of the sad Corvette, and there's the new wiring harness for the GTO here, including relays and everything. So there's a front harness, the wire harness for the motor, and then the headlights, and then also the HVAC harness. So that's all there. This is all the crap that came out of it. Here's all the insulation that's going to go down. And there's our carpet set. It looks black in this light. I apologize, the lights are dim in here. But anyway, those are the medium blue carpets to go in. And these are all insulated. These are the best ones I could get from Ames. So looking forward to getting those in. So she's coming along. In addition, I've got the new sill plates here. There's a pair of those. And I got the new headrests, seat backs, seat sides. Sides of the seats. So everything's kind of here, getting ready to get the interior done, so I'm pretty excited. So as we move forward, all this will end up upstairs in the car. So as we go here, don't handle under 65 degrees as it may crack. We don't have that problem. So we have the two driver's side and passenger side pieces here. We've got the console section which goes by the shifter here. Also right behind the shifter, underneath the armrest. 5 is the under front seat, 6 is under the rear seat, and 7 is under the rear floor. So we'll get to this. It shouldn't take too long, and it's self-sticking. So we got all the sound deadener laid out. It goes around all these pieces here, obviously. This is for the seats, seat belts stuff back here. I'm not sure what these two holes are for. There's nothing in there, but that's all right. These pieces are all laid out here. And all we gotta do is peel the backs and stick them down. So that's next, and then we'll come in here and get the carpet in. I did have to pull the shifter loose to get that all under here. So that's all done. And it comes all pre-cut for everything there. So I am going to wipe everything down with Prep-Sol wax grease remover, just to make sure everything's clean under here, so it'll stick nice and well. So these A-bodies have a trough with the electric running front to back, as you can see there. So I'm going to put that under the sound deadener, which is the way it was under the car before. So we're going to do that again the same way. And I'm going to start laying out this side. Not much to show here, guys, but we'll get this all done, and I'll show you a picture when we're done here. I did get the jute-backed carpet. I thought it'd be better for sound and feels a little heavier. It feels better in the foot area. So I've got that in here. Excuse me. And I'm just getting it all laid out now. On the bolts for the seats, there's the 2 in the front and 1 on the inside are static bolts, and then there's 1 over here, which when it's all glued in, I'll come up from the bottom with a hot poker of some sort, probably a hot screwdriver or a hot Phillips head screwdriver, and punch it up through the bottom. But it's laying out well. These carpets from Ames have laid out very well, and when I'm ready to put these in their final form, I'm going to use a little spray adhesive just to hold them in place. But they fit very well. I'm very pleased, and that with the sound deadening should be very good. I did make cuts here for the seat tracks where they lock in, so these come just over the top there. And I obviously will not cut the sides until I'm ready to finish up. And then I'll fit the front one next. but it's looking good. That's the hump from that electric running back here. It goes into a hump in the floor here. For some reason here it kind of sits on top of it. But anyway, coming along, looking good. Well, as I commented, I've got the jute backed for sound deadening and a little better feel on the floor, on your feet. The reason I put the back down first is this has a finished edge which will go into the seat, which will overlap this. So obviously this is the foot side for the driver's side, so let's get in here and see how she fits. We're gonna have to cut out the center console and stuff for the shifter and everything. We'll get to that here in a few minutes. Okay, so we don't have the dash in yet, guys, which may make this a little bit easier. But I also don't have a whole lot of light in here either. We're going to get this all pulled up in here and then figure out where we've got to cut for the shifter and everything. So that'll all be right here. So we'll get this lined up. Cut it there for a second. Okay, so there's a lot of stuff to work around over here. That's why I did that other side first. Try and get it pulled up to where it needs to be. And then on this side, pull it over until we get the floor down to where the mat's made for the footrest when you've got your foot on the gas and that kind of stuff. And it's actually laying out pretty well. I'm assuming from looking at this that it's going to have to go up probably another 4 or 5 inches, so I got a ways to go yet. There we go. Oh, it's a lot easier crawling around on this than it was that floor earlier. Ugh, that sucked. Under the heater, so you show it there, Sherry. So it fits right up underneath there. So that kind of fits the tunnel as well, perfectly. So on this side, so I'm going to work up under a little bit driver's side. Now, because I've got shifter assembly here, I've been trying to not disconnect this, but I can see now I'm going to have to. It's not making my life easy. So I guess I will undo the cable from the top or the bottom. I haven't decided yet. But once I get that out of the way, then the only thing I've got to worry about is getting the bracket for the console and for the shifter, which just bolts on like this. There's 2 bolt holes, which you'll see there. That just bolts on there like that. So really the only cut I've got to make is for this and for the shifter cable. So that's not too bad. Just I was trying to cheat a little bit and not have to pull that all apart, but that's not going to work. So we'll be back with you in a minute. Well, while I'm down here undoing the cable, I realized I forgot to put the drive shaft up, so I'm going to put that up real quick. I got the new U-joints, all the new U-joints in. We put spicers in it, so I'll put that up while I'm under here as well. Guys, I greased up all this. As you're probably aware, there's a seal on these Turbo 400 transmissions, and I greased up the end of it where it goes on the splines. So we got it all nice and greased up so that when it goes together, it will not leak and it'll be plenty lubricated. Well, I have run into a roadblock. That cable you see going out of the front there, that goes to the shifter cable down below, and I can't get it off the bracket that holds to the side of the transmission. It's dried up in there. I never took it out of the car, It's probably gotten spray painted on and everything else. So, that being said, since I haven't gotten a video out in a while, I'm going to publish this and we'll come back and finish this up. I'll put the new speedometer cable in and probably start working on the windows. But basically, for all intent and purpose, the carpet is in, except for those last couple of cuts. And we'll get those last cuts made, get some spray adhesive to put this down with. I'm very happy with the quality of the way this is shaped and everything else. I've got it all up in there where it needs to be now, which you can probably see. But the quality of this carpet from Ames is really, really decent. And I'll get the brand of it. They offered 3 different ones, 3 different levels, and I got the highest level. So we'll get the console cut out here for the shifter. We'll get the toe thingy for the highlight, or the high beam, low beams cut out there. And that should be it, other than cutting the sides for the door trim and cutting the holes for the front seat bolts. And then the carpet will be done. So stick with us, guys. Stay with us. We'll keep this thing rolling. I'm getting pretty eager to get it done now. I talked to Just Dashes today, and they're working on the dash. They're going to do all the wood grain around the switches, around the bezels. Redo. I sent the ashtray door. They're refinishing everything. It's a little expensive. Plus, I paid the extra, I think, $600 or maybe $800 for a rush because they were about 3 to 4 months into their work. But I'm sure I'll be happy with it. Everybody I've talked to has been very happy, and they've been very good about keeping me up to date since I sent it out to them. So stay tuned. This one may be a little short by the time I'm done editing, but I wanted to get one out to you guys so you know I didn't forget about you. Have a good night. Well, I didn't finish. I'm finishing now. So hope you stick around here to the end. I got a little frustrated because the U-joint clamps, so you got a couple snippets of 3 different things there. I went to go disconnect the shifter cable from the transmission, and I got the new U-joints on the drive shaft, and I wanted to get the drive shaft put up because I got it all repainted and all new Spicer U-joints, and the U-joint clamps I got were the wrong size. So I got frustrated with that, and then there's a clip on the end of the shifter bracket that's similar to a brake line clamp that just goes between 2 grooves in the line, and that was stuck on there. Anyway, I sprayed it with some WD-40, went back under there to check what was going on with the U-joints. Prior to the screwdriver came right off. So we ended up right here. So I ended up getting the shifter in. Carpets are in. I'm not going to glue them tonight just because I don't feel like messing with it. It's, what time is it? 11:15 Central Time, and I got to make some money so I can afford to keep doing these stupid toys. That is the switches for the HVAC heater stuff. Getting that all cleaned up. But anyway, I did find some spray adhesive too, which will get me all this stuff down permanently. But before I do that, I'm going to run some electric to these lights in the shifter and make sure they all work. This is the reverse, one of these is the reverse light, or reverse mechanism. Not sure what the yellow one is. I'm going to have to look that up. And then this is the lights for the reverse neutral drive, yada, yada, yada. So that's all that stuff. These other wires hanging underneath here are for the dash, which, as I said, is coming back from Just Dashes here shortly. So stick with us, guys. Sorry for the false ending, but good one for me because we're moving it forward. Have a great night. Please hit that like, subscribe, and please share and follow my videos, and don't hesitate to comment below. Have a good one. See you next one, guys. What?